such a hurry. He was in big time in a hurry, and he said, "Jerry, would you, as a friend, we know each other." I said, "Well, as a friend, we've been knowing each other a very long time. Successful in marketing as well." And when I says, "I'm gonna trust you to watch it," we know that 99%, or we go a little lower, 98% of the time they're not going to watch it. Okay, he'll tell you he's going to watch it, or she's going to tell you that, but I'm telling you, they're not going to watch it. Now, this is what I want everybody to understand on here. I had a talk with a manager today. We were talking about friends, and it's clearly in the effective approach. We approach our friends as friends. Is that fair to say, Johnny? As friends.
You have to. Do not change the relationship from the friendship. Correct.
So when we talking, you have to go through your warm market. And we want everybody to understand, when you approach someone, approach them with the effective approach. Now, I told them, I said, as a friend, and see, when we do this, we normally supposed to, listen, everyone, you're supposed to what? They got to watch the video with you on the line. Is that right, Johnny?
100%. Either in person or while you're still on the phone with them.
While you're still on the line. And so that's a mistake that 99% of us make. When we send that video out, I'm telling you right now, they're not going to watch it. Johnny's right. We did the same thing with a DVD, Johnny. We used to give them out, and then I told Tracy, I says, if I give out another DVD, I'm gonna give it out with some knuckle sandwiches. Free.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the media is, cassette tape, DVD, or a recorded video that you can text them. It is their job to avoid looking at what you want, and it is our job to ensure. And go ahead and finish, then I have something I want to add to that.
I said all that to say this. A young lady that is up in upper management where I work at, she saw the video, and this is the thing about it. When when you concrete something, and I watched it a little bit, kind of within, I told her, she said, well, Jerry, working 2 jobs. She said, I have to see this because I said, you're working 2 jobs. You almost dead walking. And when she watched it, you all, this is what she said. She said, how do I get in? How do I get in this? And we told her. She said, after the holiday, I'm coming in. And John, I'm remiss of saying this, and I want to say this just to break just a little bit. We want to congratulate Dr. Finney and Dr. Kai Haru for hitting manager in record time, 5 minutes before 5 minutes before Saturday.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
And they went at it. So we just wanted them to hear that. We wanted to acknowledge that to them. And Kai, if you could, I would like for you to, if you can speak just briefly, Johnny. Kai, are you on the line? I look like I see him on the line.
You can unmute, Kai.
Yes, I'm on the line.
Okay. Well,
congratulations.
We just want to congratulate you. And do you have anything you want to say concerning this training that helped you get to the position you're in right now?
Yes, you didn't have to say it went all the way up to 5 minutes before 12. Yeah, but I'll say this, sir. When I first was introduced to this by you, I thought we were just going to dinner. I had absolutely no idea that you were going to bring this to my attention, but I'm so very glad that you did. And as I always tell you, Mr. Montgomery, this had nothing to do at all with this product or the service. It has something to do with me trusting you as a longtime friend and business partner. I didn't even have to hear it. As long as you're going to give it to me, I know the relationship that we've had almost now for about 46 years. If you're bringing it to me, I know that it has to be valid. I know that it's credible because you and Mrs. Montgomery are both valid and credible. But hey, keep up the good work. We are going to continue to exceed expectations, and you're going to owe me and Dr. Finney a beautiful dinner when we come to town.
I think you owe me really, but we'll talk about that off. You hear that, Kevin?
Wait, Kai, I think you owe Dr. Finney.
We'll leave
Is that
alone.
right?
Yeah.
All right, back to and thank you again. Congratulations, but Johnny, but that is that's how it works. We make sure that don't let them get off from if you approach them that they must watch that video with you.
And welcome and congratulate Dewan.
Dewan, well, also Dewan hit manager as well, right?
He hit DBO.
DBO. So congratulate Dewan for coming in. Awesome
Welcome.
job. Get ready, get ready, get ready. That's what I'm telling you. All righty. So,
Okay, so the principle of this message is that it is essential for folks to actually evaluate the opportunity, then give you the opinion. And it's essential that we maintain that respect for our business. I'm not here to tell you my friends are any different. My friends, because of the nature of the relationship as a friend, they feel justified if they want to blow me off, if they want to ignore something, because they can. A stranger would never do that to me, but a friend would, because that's what we do. We don't think twice about saying to somebody, hey, the party starts at 8 and they show up at 8:30. Why? Yeah. Because they can. It's just, it's innate, it's in our nature. So it's important that we set a level of expectation and self-respect for the business, that we really need this and that they can get off the hook in 5 minutes after the evaluation. So that being said, what I've put together is let me just say this. I've made it stupid proof so that every single person that can read through will have all of the steps. The only thing I ask is that you prepare yourself to have these conversations so that you don't come off as a robot. It does not come off as if you're reading a script, and that you put your own personality and your own flair into it based upon the person that you're talking to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down and we will talk about it. But as you can see here, this is your checklist. This is the process. You're going to put some names down, and then each person that you list, you're going to approach them. They're going to be exposed to the presentation, which is the short 3-minute video. And then you're going to have a conversation afterwards, which is the closure. It literally will be a 5-minute process from the time they review it to getting their feedback. And then hopefully you're enrolling them as either a digital branch office, which is a business partner, or as a TCM, which is one of your customers. You'll follow up with them and you'll get the referrals. And I'm not going to break this all down tonight, but I want you to understand that is the process. I do want to read through this because I think this is extremely important for all of you to understand. In fact, let me preface this by saying one other thing. The relationship that you have with each of these people has to be viewed from their perspective, not yours. It'll make sense when I read through this document, but their perspective, not yours. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen so you can see what I'm reading and you'll understand that it's very simple and straightforward. Okay, can you see that okay, my screen? Congratulations on your decision to join us. We know how exciting your first few days are, and we also know that for some of you, it also creates the question, what should I do next? You're in business for yourself and are in complete control of what you decide to do, which is the wonderful thing about being in your own business. Our goal here is to provide you with an outline and a framework to maximize your time and give you the best results possible. The information that you're going to be taught is based upon years of success running the same business that you're about to begin. Some suggestions might not make sense to you immediately, but remember, you're learning something completely new, and in some cases, totally different than anything else that you've ever tried. This is a proven plan that has been utilized by representatives for the past 3 decades and will guide you towards success in your business. Each step is explained in detail below, and there are some documents to assist you in preparing to be as effective as possible. The training system has been documented to successfully develop your business. The most valuable thing about this blueprint is that it will allow you to track and monitor your progress with each new prospect. If you begin to notice that things aren't working out the way that you had hoped, you can take this checklist to one of your partners, and together you can see exactly where the system is breaking down. It is a 100% effective diagnostic system for your business, and it helps you to get right back on track to success. Step number 1, as we talked about, is the approach. Your goal is to approach everyone that you currently maintain a relationship with as either a potential TCM, which is our customer, or a DBO, which is a business partner. Your only job is to get them to evaluate your business. They will decide about becoming your business partner or possibly supporting your business as a customer and then referring others. There are many different and effective approaches for you to use in getting your friends to take a look at your new business. It is valuable to sort your potential prospects into different categories in order to improve your results when contacting them about your business. The easiest way to categorize them will be through the use of a color chart: red, green, and blue. These are based on the relationship you have with these people through their eyes, meaning how they view you rather than how you view them. The first category of people, red, are very successful financially. They have good careers. They've earned lots of money. They may very well feel that they are more successful financially than you, and as such will expect to be treated with the utmost respect, especially when it comes to creating wealth. I'm going to pause there because so many people have a very casual, flippant attitude when they talk to people, and it just does not work. If somebody knows that they are more successful than you, in their brain, if you come to them with a direct, overconfident attitude, their brain will look at you. They won't say the words, but their brain will process, if this was so good, I would have found it before you. And I know that stings, but the reality is, if somebody is financially successful or has a very successful career, it's going to make sense if they know that they are more successful than we are for us to come at them as if we found something before them. So it's always best to seek their help and their opinion about your new business idea. The second category, green, is made up of your peers, people who would agree that they are in the same boat as you are. You might work together or have the same social and financial status, meaning they know that you are not living where you truly desire to live and wish you had a newer or better vehicle to drive. These people aren't going to be fooled into believing that you have struck it rich because they know you, and they'll be looking at you with the eyes of a hawk, wondering, if you're making all this money, why are you still driving that car that I know you hate because you've complained about it for the last 7 years? Or why haven't you moved? Those are the things that mentally will cause them to question how the opportunity is if we approach them in an overconfident way. So it is best to approach these people and ask for their opinion about something that you found to be very interesting and might help pay some bills. So it's okay for us to remain humble when doing this. This way you can approach them while maintaining a status that is consistent with your current situation. The last category, blue, is made up of the smallest group of people. These are folks that have complete and total respect for you, to the point that if you're going to do something, then they're just going to join you, period. Doesn't matter what it is. We actually just heard that between Dr. Haru and Jerry Montgomery. There is existing relationship that he said, if you're bringing it to me, I trust you completely. I didn't even need to look at it. That is the ultimate and best response we hope to get. We just cannot assume that we're going to get that. These people will relate well to the idea of becoming business partners with us, because with that in mind, in and of itself, there is a value in joining. Now, when making your list, you should include their full name, their hobbies, their occupation, and how you know them. Your goal in approaching people is to have as many of them as possible look at your new business and then evaluate it for you. The ratio of people approaching and being exposed to your business should be as close to 1-to-1 as possible. If that isn't happening, then you must communicate with your upline expert for some help and work on the approach together. And what I mean by that is, if you've approached 7 people, but only 1 looked at the opportunity for you, there's a fundamental flaw that has to be fixed, because what happens is you'll go out there and you'll say, I called everybody, I talked to everybody, or I can't get anybody to call me back. We want to eliminate as many of those problems as possible by utilizing this approach. Step 2, expose. Now that you have successfully approached your potential business partner and set an appointment, you will choose the most effective presentation to expose them to your business opportunity. Again, there are many different options available to you, and each has its own strengths and limitations. We don't recommend using a live meeting for the initial exposure because of busy schedules or just poor timing for the person. Sometimes we cannot get our prospective business partner to attend a live meeting because they're burned out from past experiences. They could be tired from work, or they could just be overburdened with family and other responsibilities. So your best opportunity to expose them to your business would be to 3-way conference your prospect to a short recorded message that's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It will completely neutralize all of the excuses about scheduling conflicts or inability to travel to the meeting or inability to be available at a certain time for a Zoom. You should use the short video as the initial exposure in order to sort your prospects and see if they are willing to either enroll or request more information. Upon watching the recorded video together, I repeat, together, either in person, sitting next to each other, or on a 3-way call where you're listening while that 3-minute video plays, you can get them. You can then invite your prospective partner to join you for a presentation if they want more information, or to meet with your expert live and in person via a phone call, a Zoom meeting, to learn more about the business and get more detailed information. The recorded videos will make your prospective partner more likely to look forward to attending a presentation because they'll have a basic understanding. The other benefit to using the recorded message is the fact that you can approach and expose many more people much quicker and end up with your first 5 exposures or more within your first 24 to 48 hours. That means you can earn your rank promotion. Folks, if you could please stay muted, that way we can let this video and recording last. I want to be able to post this for people that are not with us tonight. So that means you could have already earned your first rank promotion and validate that your new business is real and has already put you into profit in just a few weeks or less. It is essential that you ensure that your prospect has actually watched the videos completely and is able to provide you with a legitimate evaluation. Here's the best way for me to explain this. Please do not give out the link for the recorded video. Connect your prospect to the recorded video via a three-way conference call. We've created this option to assist you in recruiting someone who is unwilling or unable to attend a live meeting. We must go the extra step in order to make sure that they are actually viewing the presentation, or else we're just hoping things work out on their own. The biggest trick to successfully exposing your prospect is to make sure that you create enough value and respect for someone else, we refer to that person as your expert, that they will feel the need to meet them. If you already have a relationship with your prospect, then it is very easy for them to judge the message by the messenger. Again, I realize that stings, but the bottom line is we cannot assume that people all respect us enough to just join because we're doing it. If you're still getting off the ground and not yet as successful as you would like to be, it's very likely that your friends and family already know that and might respond by asking you, how much money are you making? Or worse, they'll tell you, why don't you contact me after you've earned some money with your new business? Those are the two biggest objections that people get trapped with. And that trap is a self-sabotage. If you use the approach I'm teaching you right now, it is impossible for somebody to hit you with how much money are you making and call me when you're making money. These comments are very easily avoided by taking the spotlight off of you and creating value and respect for a third-party expert, somebody that is working with you who already has a level of success in the business. This is especially important when you're dealing with people from the red and green categories. They will respond much better to a stranger for whom you create respect. The two questions that must be addressed when you're creating that value and respect would be, why should I listen to this person? And why do you trust them? Those are the unspoken questions that your prospect will be asking themselves before giving in to meeting your expert. Step 3, closure. This is a very important part of the checklist. You should always assume that your prospect spends money shopping and paying bills and sees a better financial future by increasing their purchasing power and making their money do more for them. At the conclusion of the exposure, refer back to the basic options of becoming a partner of yours in the business or becoming a TranzactCard member, which is a customer for their own personal benefits. In the event your prospect isn't ready to become a business partner or even a customer, thank them. I repeat, thank them for evaluating your business and ask them if they'd be willing to assist you with referrals. Step 4, enroll. Simply ask if they want to become a customer, accumulating the valuable Z-Bucks, or do they also see the value in the business opportunity and want to become a digital branch office as well. You don't need to force them either way. Your goal is to get as many satisfied customers because they are your very best marketing and advertising. If someone is looking to start as a TCM, thank them and let them know you're going to assist them with any questions associated with TranzactCard and its many benefits. If they want to become a digital branch office, then you will help them to get involved with our training program in addition to assisting them with their TranzactCard. Follow-up. You should plan to follow up with your prospect immediately after they are enrolled as either a retail customer or as an associate. The sooner you're able to assist them, the better, as this will validate the urgency and the timing for taking advantage of the opportunity. It is important for your new prospect to experience success while the information is still fresh in their head. The follow-up always allows you to determine the proper course of action for them to take. Please be sure to thank your prospect for taking action and supporting you. I cannot stress enough that no matter what, as long as they have evaluated the opportunity, whether they like it, don't like it, and if they like it, whether they become a customer or a partner, you thank them. Thank you so much for taking the time to review the video and to possibly provide your feedback. I really appreciate you doing me the favor and supporting me. You can see why I'm so excited and wanted you to evaluate this for yourself. I don't want to assume anything, so please let me know if you see value in becoming a TranzactCard member or you like the idea of profiting as a digital branch office as well. It is important to let them think as long as they need. Don't say anything until after they've responded to you. They will either let you know that they want to become your customer, your business partner, or they have some questions. You will now have a direction with which to take them and to successfully follow up to a conclusion. If someone says they have questions, it is our job to have those questions addressed by one of our business partners. Immediately grab your notebook and ask them to share each question with you and write it down. Let them know their questions are important to you and that you want to get them addressed right away by the name of your expert. It is then important for you to create value and respect for your expert and then coordinate for the expert to meet with you and your prospect to handle their questions and get them addressed properly. It is important to remember that we don't prejudge anyone before we introduce them, him or her, to the business, and we don't judge him or her on their decision after viewing the presentation. Every single prospect could possibly lead you to a serious business partner or actually join you as a business partner themselves once they feel comfortable with the program. Step 6, referral list and qualify. This is a pivotal point in the checklist because what you do with your new person is what they will duplicate to their own prospects. The best and most effective way to do this is to share some success stories. You should be able to share examples of average people who use the Transact card. Share examples of how these people have benefited by using the card and the experiences they are enjoying. If your prospect chooses to become a DBO, ask if they are serious about making money and becoming successful with the business. This gives you the expressed permission to guide them and direct them without resistance. Here is an example of a response to a new business partner after they say they want to join the business. Great, I'm excited to work with you, but I don't want to assume anything, and I don't want you to feel pressure to do anything that would make you feel uncomfortable. You can see my typing is not exactly perfect. I want to make sure that you're good money and have lots of success with the business, or were you just planning to refer a few people here and there? Let them answer. I want you to feel as comfortable in your new business and get you into profit as soon as possible. I'll go ahead and fix that typo before I send this out there to anybody. We must sit down with our new partner and establish the reason why they are doing the business. It is our responsibility to make sure they can clearly communicate their reason why to their friends and family. It is our responsibility to teach our new partner how to effectively approach their friends and family and get them to evaluate this business. It is not enough to simply tell them how to approach. It is our job to role play with them and make sure they are comfortable, confident, and competent. We get paid to make sure our business partners are able to successfully expose new prospects and participate in the community revenue sharing pool within their first weeks of starting this new business. If we fail to do this essential step effectively, I can guarantee you that you'll be complaining your new business isn't growing and you're not making any money. Training is a process that never ends. Anytime a new job is started, an employee is trained on the correct way to conduct themselves within that company. This business is no different, and we should be treating it with the same respect as a new job would get. We have created a training library that contains videos and tutorials that will reinforce the most important information for you to get started successfully. Learning this information will greatly improve your results in every aspect of your business. Trainings are recorded by individuals who have already achieved success in the very same business that you're now about to begin, and there isn't anyone better to prepare you for your new business. Review the training information frequently and include your business partners as often as possible. It not only improves your personal success, but as you familiarize yourself with it, it will be more likely to promote it to your sales force. Training is a process, not an event, and we recommend making some time every single day to approach at least 2 new prospective TCM/DBOs. Your daily method of operation is the following. Who did I talk with today? And what was the result of the conversation? Folks, I will make that. I'm going to make a few changes to that document, and I will post that in our group, in the TranzactCard Team Builders group. I wanted you all to hear me read through that, because that is the process I take a brand new person through. Some of you might be thinking, that's redundant. Yes, it is redundant. And here's why it's redundant. I'll use me as an example. I don't get paid for my time. If I spend a lot of time, but the results are not positive, I don't earn any money. I want you to understand you get paid the same way. So making 10 phone calls that produce no new customers and no digital branch offices is a waste of all the time and effort to make those 10 calls. Now, do that enough times, and guess what you'll tell yourself? This doesn't work. You're not going to look in the mirror and blame yourself. You're not going to look in the mirror and say, you are a lazy piece of crap for not preparing. You're just going to blame either the people, the company, or the process. So I'm here to tell you the process works if we prepare ourselves and prepare our team. If I bring a new partner in, and I will never call anybody out, but I texted my newest partner, get on tonight. I want you to hear this. He and I will go through this. I'm sure he's smiling because he knows that document, because we're going to go through that document. I sent it to him, but I want you all to understand, invest. This is the big word. Invest the time in a brand new partner to make sure that when they go make that approach, it's successful. If your brand new partner makes 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 approaches and gets rejected and gets frustrated, you might as well have just put the gun to their head and pulled the trigger yourself, because you're blowing them out of the business. It's very, very hard for a brand new person to deal with that kind of frustration and rejection and say, I'm just going to keep doing this. It's very easy to say maybe they made a mistake and just not call another person. And now your good friend, your brand new business partner, again goes into the witness protection program, never to be heard from again. I'm here sharing all of my years of experience, which started with 3 years of failure. I don't know that any of you would waste 3 years struggling and failing, but I did in 91, 92, 93. I'm still here because I had to figure out how to make it work. And to kind of reinforce just what a numbnut I was, the person teaching this to me was making $1 million a month using it. So how arrogant do I have to be at 23, 24, 25 years old to be sitting learning from an individual who's earning $1 million a month, teaching it to me, but in my infinite arrogance, I think I know better what my people need to hear. I don't know what kind of stupid that is, but that's where I came from. The person actually trained Tony Robbins. To give you an idea of how successful this individual was, I was a math major who went to law school, so I thought I knew more. That's ignorance. That is ignorance at a level that you can't imagine. But I'm sharing it with you because guess who else suffers from that same ignorance? Virtually everybody I've ever worked with, they just don't have the self-awareness to admit it. I have to kind of work around that and prepare them so that if they do self-sabotage, they have a net that catches them when they fall. That's what this is all about. So I'm going to pause here and give you all the chance to give me feedback, questions, comments, because I have 2 more documents that we'll go through. But that is the in fact, no, before I open up the questions, let me do this. I'll pull up my second one because this is a short one. Here is the process. This is how simple it is. You effectively approach the people, and once they have committed that, yes, they will give you the 5 minutes to review the opportunity, you go to transactcardvideo.com, and you will then pull down one of the 2 short 3-minute videos, embed your information, and then text it right to them, staying on the phone, and let them know it's 3 minutes. I will hold on while you listen to it because I want you to give me that feedback right away. So you're going to create the value for the short video. You're going to send it to them. If they would like more information, you have the DBO Deeper Dive, which is a 12-minute video. Again, right there at transactcardvideo.com. Send it to them. Again, stay on the phone. Let them watch it while you're there. The fact that you're saying, I'm going to stay on the phone while you watch it, inherently creates the value and respect that you have for your business, which will force them to have that same respect. It's very easy for people to disrespect your business if you don't respect your business. So it's a double-edged sword. You respect what you're doing, they will. If you fail to, they won't either. Now, after that second presentation or that second video, which is the longer presentation, they might have more questions. You can invite them to come watch a live web presentation. The company does somewhere in the neighborhood of like 25 every single week. So you schedule them to be on a Zoom with you. You're going to be there with them so they can see a live formal presentation with slides given by one of the company's leaders. After that is over, or if they choose not to, but they would rather have a one-on-one dialogue with an expert, then you're going to create value and respect for your expert and then connect them with whoever it is that you're working with that will answer their questions. Now, how to properly edify your expert. Edification is the action of creating value and respect for another person. This is essential. This is essential for an expert to be able to assist you with the 3-way calls, and it must be created for anyone who will be doing a presentation or a training that you would like your prospective business partner to attend with you. Effective edification answers the 2 questions: who is this person and why should I listen to them? And why do you trust them? A sample example would be, I want to introduce you to Mr. Davidson. He's been with the company for the past few months, and he can share with you the company's background since the beginning. He can also explain what the company is doing currently, as well as share the vision for the company's growth in this market over the next 6 to 12 months. If you like what you hear, he can show you how you can fit into that vision and the type of money that's available to you. That is a very simple explanation of how to create the value and respect for another person. Now that you've seen that, you understand it is not this long drawn out process. You don't have to be personal friends with a vice president or a senior vice president or a president. You don't have to be friends with an executive of the company. You don't have to tell them the person's making $20,000 a month. Those are red flags for me. When I hear that stuff, I just say, my God, you are so untrained. Somebody needs to grab you before you destroy your business. That simple explanation is enough for a new person to say, all right, if this person's helping you out and you trust them, I want to hear what they have to say. Now, go ahead. Feel free to ask me any questions, comments, thoughts, or feedback, because that is your recruiting process and the checklist for how to get successfully started in your business.
Good afternoon. Good evening, John. How you doing?
Hello, KJ. How are you, sir?
So far, so good. I totally agree with what you're saying. It's a slow process for me to really step into it, but I know exactly. I had a chance one time to get into McDonald's, and you see everything you're saying It's totally perfect. It ain't about the hamburgers, the millions of burgers sold every day. It ain't about the logo McDonald's. It's all about their systems. And if you don't learn their systems, they don't want you in it because all you're going to do is ruin their whole program. It's all about systems. And what you're saying, I really enjoy because you work it on a system, you push it, you point out what to do, and you stick with the same strategy. And strategies work.
Yes, sir. And to your point, I appreciate you bringing that up. Folks may or may not understand this. McDonald's is a franchise that you will spend like $1.2 million
Yes.
to buy. And then the first thing they do is they send you to Hamburger University and they
Yep.
teach you every job in that McDonald's, including janitorial work. And so imagine that you're so successful that you have the 1.2 million to put out there for a franchise. And then you say, oh, I want to do it this way. Well, here's your money back, moron. You can get lost and go buy a Burger King if you want,
Yes,
because
they will.
that's not how it works. And so it's very, very real that, as Kevin mentioned, McDonald's is not an accidental success. They guarantee that franchisee will be successful and profitable, but they also guarantee that that franchisee has no input on how they're going to run their business. If you want that double golden arches, you're going to use the ketchup that they tell you to use. You're going to set it up. You don't get to say, well, I like the French fries on this side. No, everything is exactly the same by the program. And listen, all I can say is you don't see McDonald's open and close very frequently. You see lots of other franchises go out of business, but you don't see that with McDonald's. So Kevin, thank you very much for that insight and that input. I see your hand up, Dewan. Please, what can I do for you, sir?
Hey, how are you this evening, first of all?
Wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Good, good. My question was like a lot of times within our enthusiasm, we might reach out to prospects before we actually are ready to. And I know that I've personally made that error before within business. So I was wondering, so the question that I wrote down is there a way to unsabotage a prospect after you've already shown them the business?
I am so glad that you asked that. Would you mind staying here and role playing with me?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're going to assume that in my excitement, I went out there and just said dumb stuff about my business to the point where you said, boy, you need to just sit down and zip it because that's so stupid. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I said some really dumb stuff. Can we say that that's about as bad as it could get? And I said stuff so badly that you just dismissed me and said, let's go play some basketball and shut your mouth.
Okay.
So I'm going to call you up and I'm going to say, the phone's going to ring. Ring, ring.
Yes, hello.
Dewan, it's Johnny. How you doing, bud?
Hey, what's going on, John? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I owe you a huge apology.
For
Well, remember when I called you 2 weeks ago, sounding like a stone cold fool?
yeah, I got you.
I was excited. I saw a presentation. I saw a lot of people having a lot of fun, making money. And like an idiot, I just jumped before I even knew what I was talking about. And when I called you, I get why you told me to shut up and let's go play ball, because you didn't want to hear me just talking nonsense. So first and foremost, I'm apologizing to you because I did something that's, I don't know how to fix it other than to beg your forgiveness and ask you for 5 minutes. Would you forgive me enough as your friend apologizing to give me 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, come on, man. You already know we tighter than that, so yeah, I got you.
I appreciate it. But see, I stole something from you and I've got to fix that. I stole from you the opportunity to actually hear the information in an intelligent format, not with my stupidity and, just idiotic behavior. And I'm respecting you judge the message by the messenger because the messenger was an idiot. But here's what I'm asking. If you'll give me 5 minutes, I would like you to take literally 3 minutes to do this short video. And then this is all I'm asking, Dewan. You can say to me, Johnny, It looks good. Let's see what we can do. Johnny, it's not for me, but good luck. Johnny, this is so stupid. Not only do I not want to do it, I won't even give you a referral.
Okay.
Either way, I don't care if it's yes or no, but just so that I can be sure that I got you the right information, would you evaluate it? Because here's my biggest fear. Dewan, I am not the only person that knows you and respects you, and I'm certainly not going to be the only person that sees this opportunity. And here's my fear. 6 months from now, I find out that you're in the business as somebody else's partner.
Oh, yeah.
Because they showed it to you the right way, and you're like, damn, this makes a lot of sense. I'm in. And then I find out, and you're like, dude, that's what you were trying to show me? You need to get trained. So I just want to cover my butt. If you say yes, great. If you say no, great. As long as it's yes or no to me, I don't end up losing you to somebody else because I did some dumb stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's how I would get you. I'd walk back whatever dumb stuff. And like I said, I used an over-the-top, stupid example that none of you would ever do anything as bad as I was portraying. But the idea is, as long as I humble myself and I delivered the message clearly to Dewan, I screwed up. I stole something from you. Would you please, as a favor, just give me 5 minutes so that I don't find out 6 months from now that you end up as somebody else's business because they did it right. Honestly, Dewan, hearing me say that, did you feel like, damn, I feel bad for this fool? Sure, I'll watch the video.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Fantastic. That sincerely is how we can always go back with anybody that we talk to that we may have in error through excitement and enthusiasm blown away rather than, anchored and showed them the presentation.
All right.
Thank you for that question. That's why we're here, guys. I want you to ask me anything. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate it. I see Big Calvin. How are you, sir? What can I do for you?
There you go. Okay, fine. I'm doing okay. I have a question. What would be the language you would use to talk to a business owner?
Fantastic question. If you have a relationship, I would not just walk in and cold call, because again, in today's environment, I'm okay with people being cautious about trusting a stranger. I'm okay with that. So if you don't yet have the relationship, form a relationship, go in a couple of times, be friendly, ask questions, just develop that rapport so that maybe it's the third or fourth or the fifth time. But I promise you, you're better off taking the time to establish the relationship and the rapport before bringing the opportunity, regardless of how it might sound and feel like you're dragging your feet. But that being said, Calvin, once the rapport is there, or if there's already an established relationship, the TranzactCard opportunity is perfect for anyone who has a retail business and customers. The reason why I say that is they can go ahead and put up a point of purchase display and create value for the TranzactCard for all of their customers by simply introducing TranzactCard as customers come in and purchase stuff. I don't care what the business is, a dry cleaner, a grocery store, a liquor store, a small retail clothing store, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, a convenience store, if people are coming in there, this TranzactCard could become a sticky way to create loyalty with their customers. I would even go so far as to say, offer a 10% discount for TranzactCard members, and it will force people to say, what's the TranzactCard? Have the cashiers ask them, do you have a TranzactCard? And now when those people, and again, I have this entire conversation with the business owner, which is why you have to have the relationship so they can see the big picture. So now when the customers come in and they swipe the Transact card, the business, it's got a built-in loyalty program. 2, they are now going to get those customers to share TranzactCard with their friends and family to become TranzactCard members for the 10% discount in your store. And here's the reason why you will happily give up that 10%. As these people use TranzactCard everywhere else, you're now getting paid. You have a business, you get paid when they shop in your store. But if we can go out there and get hundreds, maybe even thousands of TranzactCard members to start using that TranzactCard everywhere they shop and spend money, you will now get paid when they put gas in their car, when they buy groceries, when they go out to dinner, when they go to the movies, when they pay their Netflix and Hulu bill, whatever they're doing. As the person who introduced them to TranzactCard, for your own business's benefit, you get the added benefit of receiving commissions through those transactions anywhere they use that card anymore, forevermore. So Calvin, it is the greatest loyalty rewards program for a retail business owner. And the little amount they're going to give away in that 10% will be made back in spades by the new customers being brought to that store to get TranzactCard and the spending that they do everywhere else.
Now that's as they come in as a DBO, right?
They should be a DBO. Come the first of the year, they might fit the profile of that middle position called the go position. I don't want to talk about that one right now, only because it's not finalized. But yes, they would be, I would have no problem saying, become a digital branch office. These are the benefits.
Okay.
May I add something, Johnny?
You certainly can.
Well, Calvin, perfect example. I've been knowing this grocery store owner for at least, I would say 30 years. And they're very, very successful. I mentioned it to him and he said, sure. He said, let me see what you have. But notice I've been knowing him for how long? 30 years. Same thing, Gene, and everybody that's on here. We know business owners. When you're ready to talk, go and talk to that business owner and share the opportunity. Just please give me a call. Anyone,
Okay.
give me a call if you know anyone, because when we were in another company called Lioness, Johnny, right? Remember Lioness?
Absolutely.
We had them lined up to come in. And Toby was with us when we went to the one in, I think we went to a business in Madison Heights, I believe. And we were sharing it with them. So what you want to do is already, you don't want to go to a cold market. You want to go somewhere where someone have seen you patronize their business over and over again. They say, oh, there go Calvin. Yeah, that's Calvin, right? Is that the way it go, Johnny?
Absolutely. That relationship is key.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go. Make sure everyone reach out to people that's in daycares and own their own little stores and places like that. They will love to bring in revenue from the card, and they have customers that will be lifetime customers. I would call them lifetime customers. I'm a mute again.
No, absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
And again, I can't stress enough how valuable this truly is to a retail business owner. Did we hit everything you were looking for, Calvin?
Yeah. Thank you. I live in a very transient area, so they don't have like mom and pop stores. So,
Understood.
but the ones I do frequent, I believe they know me, but it's just the cashiers and the sometimes the managers. But I'm gonna work on it. Thank you.
Excellent.
We'll talk about it.
I work on a training, a specific standalone training for recruiting businesses.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments on what we've covered so far? I've got 2 more documents I want to go through before we end the night, but I don't want to go too fast. Rudy, I see your hand up. Go right ahead. Rudy Strong.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, John?
Wonderful. And yourself?
For an old fella, I ain't doing too bad.
What can we do for you?
I was just listening to the training instructions, and I know we talked about it last week, but it reminded me when I tried it at work with Mother Ethel, and I was just so confident that I can just go right through it. I figured, I said, well, since I've been a public speaker all these years, I can knock this out. Man, I think I flunked that 10 times in 2 seconds. I was like, but, and I was telling Trisha, I said, I said, I won't do that no more. I'm because normally I prepare, and I didn't. I got excited. Like I said, I'm kind of a slow walker. And then I thought about, I woke up that day, I was all excited. I'm like, I'm a DBO. I'm going to knock this out the park. And, I ain't got my Bentley, but in my mind, I already had my Bentley. And
Sure.
I said, I won't do that again. So I won't do that until I'm fully comfortable and, where I can just make it, it has to flow to be convincing. So till I'm comfortable where I'm at to get to that point, then I'm gonna do it. So I got to put the more meetings that come in, I'm getting better. And the last time we spoke, I told you 40%, so I'm at 60% now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm gonna have to get my family, my brothers and sisters, more involved, and helping me.
I thank you very much for your honesty. And I want to say this for everybody. I would love for people as a group to look at what we do as a profession. And I say that sincerely. I have had a 30+ year career in the profession of home-based business. And the fact that you can get started for $500 is why people disrespect it. If it was $1.2 million, you'd respect it. For folks that pursue professional degrees, a medical degree, a legal degree, a CPA, accountant. I mean, we respect other professions automatically, but we tend to disrespect our own business and therefore give permission to others to disrespect it. And I'm the exact opposite. For those of you that have worked with me in the past, that I consider this a profession. I consider myself a professional. I refuse to be called a sales guy because I don't respect salespeople. I do respect marketers. I'm a hell of a good marketer. I'm a horrible salesperson. And there's a big difference there. But if we can all say, I'm starting a new profession, I'm brand new, and it does not take away from our pre-existing experience and success. One of the examples I used to give is if you were on an airplane and the pilots suddenly died and you wanted that plane to land safely, you wouldn't walk up and down the aisles asking for a surgeon or a lawyer, because you could have the world's premier heart surgeon. But if he does not know how to fly a plane, sit your butt back down in 16C, buddy. I don't care if it's the top criminal defense attorney. If you don't know how to land a plane, shut up and get back to the 22B. I will take a janitor, a gardener, you name it, that has been trained in aviation. They went through and learned how to fly and land a plane. I don't even care if they've never done it before, but if they've gone through some training, sit them down, give them the microphone or the walkie-talkie, they'll at least understand what ground control is talking about, and I got a better shot. So that doesn't mean we don't respect the heart surgeon for heart surgery or the criminal defense attorney. If you need a good attorney, you don't want the heart surgeon, you go get the criminal defense attorney. But if you want that plane to land safely, sit down, zip it, and let's get somebody who's trained to fly
There
a
you go.
plane.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing here right now, is we're respecting everybody's prior experience in whatever your career is, whatever your profession is. But I'm pleading with every person to then say, if I want to be successful with TranzactCard, I will get trained to be a professional in this industry. And here's the cool thing. How much did I charge you for your education tonight? Nothing. How much effort does it really take to log on to a computer? Minimal. We're recording it and I'll post it in the Facebook group. But the point I'm trying to make is it does not require a ton of money or a ton of time or a ton of effort to become professional and effective in your business, which is why a lot of people call me a hard ass, because after enough time passes, if you're not having success, you either have to take ownership that you did not truly prepare yourself, or you're just not talking to anybody, because it's not possible to invest the time working with me and using the system. And even if it's slow success, you'll see the slow growth. And I'm talking about TCMs. You could legitimately just keep adding TCMs. I don't care if you never get a digital branch office. You go add a couple of TCMs every week. At the end of a year, you got 500, 600, 700 TCMs. That's a successful business. And by the way, they will on their own upgrade to DBO when they see the value, because a customer is not going to use this, love this, tell people about this, and then say, why am I giving the Montgomerys all the money? I love Jerry and Tracy, but I'm upgrading from TCM to DBO. And they'll help me do it. So the idea is create the very real fact that you're starting a new profession. You're going to prepare yourself. And the cool thing is Thanksgiving is Thursday. You can be fully trained, prepared as a professional before you start carving turkey on Thursday. That's why we're doing this. Now, I've got 2 more documents I want to run through real quick. Let's see. I always forget to share my screen.
Well, I would like to say something
Go
while
right
you're doing
ahead.
that, Johnny. But also, you all just remember, I'm gonna tell you something. This is honest truth. Learn that this system, and I guarantee, that's the guarantee, it does work, because we do it all the time. And it's like second nature for us, because we've been doing it so many years. It's kind of when John shows the type out, and it's funny because I say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And Miss Montgomery, we say that, Tracy, but I'm telling you, this is honest truth. Think about it. A lot of us have been to college. A lot of people on here have graduated from college and also went to graduate school. But you've never seen $30,000 a month. Never. And that's the real truth. And I know that to be a fact. So think about it. If you can get earned while you're learning, and then you like I told a guy, he said, well, how is this a franchise? And I broke it down to him, and I said, you know what? I want to ask you a question. And that's when you mentioned about McDonald's. It was hilarious because I just had that conversation, Johnny, with a guy.
I love it.
And I told him, I said, what's the difference? We don't have no overhead. I said, my overhead, if without the promotion, would have been like $50 a month to be in business. And that's all a tax write-off, believe it or not, guys. Okay? It's all depending on how you know, your income come in. But understand, I told him, I broke that down to him. He says, yeah, you're right. You don't have no overhead. You don't have to pay the employees, right? You all, these are bullet points. You don't have to pay the employees. You don't have to pay taxes on all the food that you're ordering, what you're going to need, and the maintenance fee, the lights, the heat, the water. I said, so think about that. He said, you know what? You're right. And he said, so well, I'll tell you what, I'll be joining in about a week from now. We just, we had that conversation. but I don't want you all to get off the beaten path. We must follow this to a T. And then you will start getting your own flavor to it. Is that right, Johnny? You'll start putting it in your perspective.
100%. That's why I want you to, the more you read it, the more you digest it, the more you put your own flavor and your own personality into it.
Yes.
It's not meant to be read like me.
No.
And believe me, I just copied, I redid a bunch of this stuff, which is why I'm reading it for you word for word, and I'm seeing a couple of typos and things like that. But I mean, this is me updating my 30+ year stuff to fit TranzactCard. All right, let's roll through this one. And Jerry, stay on because I'll end up role playing with you when we get to this point, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, so this process is 100% effective in getting everyone you wish to take a look at your business. Please use your personality and make it your own. Just don't change the framework or effectiveness of the message. You'll have a large batch of people to communicate with through Facebook. Some will be in your existing friends list and others will be new friends based upon common interests that you share. This segment of training will teach you how to navigate your existing friends list, which would be comprised of 2 types of friends, rebuild or ready to go. If you haven't ever engaged in communication or it's been longer than 90 days, this person deserves to have the relationship between you rebuilt in order to create the comfort and trust necessary to maximize your chance for successful business evaluation. If you're in regular contact with someone or have a real-life friendship outside of Facebook, then you can jump right into a communication about your new business. People do business with individuals they know, they like, and they trust. And these factors will increase your chance for success. Your only goal is to communicate with everyone on your list and to ask them for the favor of evaluating the opportunity. Do not ask them to join your business. Do not try to sell them anything and do not explain details. Again, your only goal is to have them evaluate your business. The process will do the rest. The process we're discussing has been documented and proven to work for everyone, no matter what the products or services are that you're selling or what type of program you're marketing. By using Facebook Messenger, you will eliminate 95% of the wasted time and effort required to connect with your potential customers and prospective brand advocates. You also have the tools available that will allow you to give the illusion that you're allowing your prospect to make all the decisions while you remain in control of the flow of information, which is mission critical for your success. Throughout my career, I've trained well over 1 million individuals who all shared the same challenge. I can't reach my friends, or I don't have anyone left to talk to, or I've called everybody, but nobody's calling me back. You've all experienced that. By using this revolutionary process, all of those issues will evaporate because you now have technology on your side working with you. Facebook Messenger allows you to quickly and effortlessly communicate with as many people as you wish from anywhere right through your cell phone. You simply send out a prepared message and then follow the process. Facebook Messenger allows you to remain in control because you will know if and when your friend reads your message, and in the event that you don't hear back within 24 hours, you have a simple path for following up. If they have read but didn't reply, we've got you covered there as well. If they don't read your message, you will still have control because you will know that they have been on Facebook and you can follow up with a great message to restart the conversation. Using traditional phone calls and text messages or even email leaves us at the mercy of our friends and family to respond back to us on their time frame instead of ours. Now, we've covered this a number of times, but I'm going to go through this one more time and we're going to role play, Jerry and I. When contacting friends and family, never prejudge their level of interest. You'll be amazed at what others are thinking about and praying for without ever telling you, especially in today's economy. If you are concerned, worried, or fearful about contacting someone, ask yourself this question. Why am I choosing to use TranzactCard? Why did I choose to get involved with TranzactCard? You aren't selling if you speak with passion about what this business is going to do for you. follow this simple question. Why did you start the business and why must it be successful? Once you can honestly answer that question, you will never, ever be at a loss for words or afraid to contact anyone ever again. The best advice I can give you is divorce yourself from the results. You decide if they evaluate the opportunity, but they will ultimately decide if they wish to join. So you're off the hook because this is all about approaching, not closing. You ready, Jerry?
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna call you Chucky, okay?
Oh, Chucky's little, yeah, he's demonic, but call me Fred. Fred Sanford.
You want to be Fred instead?
Yeah, no, Chucky's okay. I was picking with you. Go ahead.
All right, ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, Chucky, it's John. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Johnny. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Listen, I'm reaching out to you because I need a huge favor, Chucky, but don't worry, it's not going to cost you any money, and I'm hoping that you can help me out.
Wow, I'm glad you took me off the hook. It won't cost any money. Okay.
I wasn't going to let that sit in your brain for 3 seconds.
Okay. Well, what's going on, Johnny?
Well, I wanted to let you know that I've recently started a business. Have you heard anything about that?
No one told me.
Well, after my fall, I had that accident back in July. They're still not letting me get back to work. So I've got to find a way to make some money working from home using my computer and my phone. And so that's why I've started this business. And I'm asking you for a simple favor that would really mean a lot to me if you would just take literally 5 minutes to evaluate some information and then just give me your honest opinion and your feedback without any obligation at all, Chucky. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm looking for, okay?
Okay.
Chucky, I really believe that the timing is right for people like you and me to make some money sharing this program right here in our market. If it were possible for us to make some extra money without a whole lot of time and effort, would that be okay with you?
Man, yeah, of course.
Excellent. Now, here's the second reason, Chucky. If you're not interested in the business for any reason at all, it's okay. I am most likely going to go ahead with the business unless you see something compelling enough for me to abandon the program too. You'd be saving me from making a huge mistake. And in fact, I'm hoping to ask for your support from time to time, referring people. And to do that effectively, you're going to need to know what I'm doing. And more importantly, Chucky, I would never ask you to endorse something that you weren't comfortable with. Does that make sense?
That make a lot of sense though, Johnny. Yeah.
Chucky,
I want to know.
the third reason is maybe the most important. You might not be interested and you might not even want to refer anybody. If that's the case, I'm not going to be upset with you, and I promise I'll never bring it up again. However, I know I'm not going to be the only person who contacts you about this, and I don't want to end up seeing you join up and support somebody else's business because I failed to show it to you. So, Chucky, no matter if you like the concept or not, I'm just asking that you say yes or no to me and not anybody else. Does that make sense?
That make a lot of sense, Johnny. That I could do that.
Excellent. Chucky, would it be okay to take 5 minutes right now?
Well, I tell you what, not now.
Fantastic. And I appreciate that because I know I'm catching you off guard. When in the next 24 hours can you give me literally less than 15 minutes? I really need you to review it and then give me your thoughts. So what works better? Is it early morning, afternoon, evening, or late at night tomorrow?
You know, afternoon will be fine around 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, perfectly. Do you have like a daily planner or something that you use to keep your dates?
I actually do. I put it in my phone. Yes.
Excellent. You don't have anything scheduled at 12 o'clock right now, right?
No, I can do 12 o'clock.
Fantastic. I'll hit you up at 12 o'clock tomorrow, Chucky. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, let's assume that instead of being that nice, Chucky had a bunch of questions. Hit me with whatever you want, Chucky.
Well, first of all, John, what is this about?
Chucky, that's a great question. Why do you ask?
Well, I would like to know what I'm looking at.
Well, I would love for you to look at it and get 100% of all of the accurate information. Now, remember I told you I only needed about 5 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have we known each other?
Been knowing each other, man, 20 years, man. Maybe 30.
Would you consider us friends?
Yes, I do, sir.
As my friend, does our relationship hold any value?
Holds a lot of value to me.
All right. Now, I want you to get 100% of the correct information. Do you think that sounds like a good idea?
You know what? I can't ask for no more than that. Definitely want that.
So, not that I want you to ask me every question. I just want you to respect me for being humble enough to say, I don't want to screw up by giving you half-baked answers. I'd rather you get 100% of the accurate, correct information in a concise 3-minute video. And then we can go from there and you can decide what the next step is.
I can give you that, Johnny. I can do that.
Excellent. Now, folks, honestly, that's how you respond. If people have questions and you begin to answer their questions, they don't need to look at the presentation. So let's assume, Chucky, again, you were very polite. Let's assume that you have like 7 or 8 questions. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to say, that's a great question. Why do you ask? I'm going to write it down. And then I'm going to say, is there anything else that you need to know, Chucky, before you can say yes to me? And I'm going to let him ask me all of them. And after they're all done, he's going to say, nope, that's pretty much all I need to know. So let's pick it up right from there. We're going to assume that you just rattled off 7 or 8 questions.
Well, here's another question. Well, is it one of those pyramid things?
That's a great question. Why do you ask?
Well, I've been being approached by all type of stuff out here, and I just want to make sure it's not one of those pyramid things.
Well, again, I have the utmost respect for you as my friend. Do you feel confident that after 3 minutes, you'd be able to answer that question?
You know what? Yeah, I definitely would. That would definitely open my mind to it. Yeah. Answer that question.
So now we're going to watch the video. And Chucky's either going to say, yes, I like it, I'm in. No, thanks, I'm going to take a pass. Or most likely, he's got more questions.
More questions.
Again, that's a great question. That's a great question. Each time he gives me whatever his question or concern is, that's a great question. And then I'm going to say, if I can get all of these questions answered to your satisfaction, do you see yourself partnering up with me to make some money with this TranzactCard program?
Absolutely. Because if you answer my questions, then I know that it's legitimate.
There you go. So don't be afraid. When people have questions, you're not obligated to answer them. However, you are responsible to recognize them, to respect those questions, to write every question down. Even if you think you know the answer, don't answer it, just write the question down. You can always say, that's a great question, why do you ask? Or that's an interesting statement, why would you say that? And then let them talk. People love to talk and be heard. You're showing them with respect that you hear them and that you're acknowledging them, but you're going to bring all of the questions to an expert. So now that I've gotten him to answer yes, if I can get all of his questions answered to his satisfaction, he sees the value in becoming my partner. I am going to say, Chucky, I would like you to hear from Mr. Davidson. He's been with the company for the past few months, and he can share with you the company's background since the beginning. He can also explain what the company is doing currently, as well as share the vision for the company's growth in our market over the next 6 to 12 months. If you like what you hear, he can show you how you can fit into that vision and the type of money available to you. Now, Mr. Davidson has asked me to pass along the name of anyone that I'm introducing to this opportunity so that he can set aside the time to assist me with your questions. Now, Chucky, I need to ask that you promise to be available at the time we schedule in order for me to maintain my integrity with Mr. Davidson. If you blow off this appointment, it could damage my ability to get his help in the future if you're not available. After he sets aside the time to assist me and speak with you personally. When in the next 24 hours will you have 15 minutes so that we can get together and I can get all of your questions answered?
Well, 12 o'clock. I'll be waiting.
Fantastic. Put it in and I'll give you a reminder at 11:30. And folks, here's the recap. Never give out the video link. It's essential that you review it together in order to be sure your contact watches the video and can provide you with their feedback immediately after the video ends. If you're with your contact, you can open the video and watch it together right on your phone. This process saves you from chasing after your prospect. Always maintain the leverage by keeping the control of the flow of information. You don't want people avoiding you. You don't want to have to appear to be a stalker chasing after them. Nobody enjoys that feeling. By using this process, it's not possible. They can't avoid you and you don't have to become a stalker. After your prospect has reviewed the short video, they will determine if they're excited to join or they need to learn more information about the business. If they need more information, you can share additional videos or set up a three-way conference call with your coach or expert. If you choose to do the three-way call with your coach or expert, be sure to create the value and respect for the expert that you're planning to introduce to your contact. And as you heard me say a number of times, here it is in writing. If they ask you questions, don't get nervous and start trying to answer them yourself. Simply reply with, "That is a great question. Why do you ask?" And after they tell you, "I'll provide you with 100% of the correct information. I need to make sure that you get correct information, not partial information. That would prevent you from giving me an educated evaluation. All I'm asking is that you sit down, take an honest look, give me your opinion, and I really need your help. I really want your evaluation to be based upon accurate information." Folks, that again is the approach and it's available to you. I'm not going to go through the one for customer, but I also have a detailed approach if there is somebody in your mind that you only want to go after as a customer for whatever reason. I don't recommend it, but I know a lot of times people say, "I just want to talk to this person as a customer." So there's 4 documents that I will upload into the TranzactCard Team Builders Facebook group, and it'll be available for all of you to pull the documents down as well as to watch a recording of this video. Before we end, because we went long, are there any questions, comments, or thoughts that I could address?
I want to say this, the promotion for that we have, that you see it in the back office. Everybody looking at back office, you see the promotion is extended.
Which promotion are you referring to? Because there are
the $50 can be waived if they hit manager before
We're talking about the
December 30th.
founder promotion that's extended until December 31st.
Yep,
correct.
that's
December
right.
31st. There's 2 promotions extended. If somebody wishes to become a TranzactCard member, $25 one time. The annual fee is waived for life. They will receive double Z-Bucks for an entire year. DBO, they can get in, hit manager, and if they reach manager by December 31st, the $50 franchise monthly fee is waived for life. Those are available through December 31st. So get in. If you're not yet a manager, let's make it happen. We're here to help you and get as many TranzactCard members as possible. Our goal is to fill the pipeline with customers. Digital branch offices will help with that, but please do not be fooled. This is the first program I've ever been a part of that you could literally go out there and just get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customers and be a part of something special.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, may I add? Well, I'll let Tracy, you want to tell? We're going to be kind of down for a few days, you all. So we're going to tell everybody enjoy your holiday, your Thanksgiving holiday. Whatever you want to do, Johnny, you can let them know. But we're going to be down. because we've been working like a Hebrew slave, right? So
100%.
Miss Montgomery's having surgery, and we just want you all prayers, okay? And we thank you all. Back to you, Jeff.
No,
Prayers are with you.
I want you to take this time, Miss Tracy. I will hold you in prayer tomorrow for your surgery.
Thank you,
You
Amen.
John.
guys,
I know
you guys
will.
do not need to do anything.
I know you're gonna be my voice for a while. You and
You
Jerry.
don't, no, I'm serious. Don't worry about anything for the next week. I will communicate with everyone here in the
Okay.
TranzactCard team builders 3x3x3. You should all be in that group. If you're not,
Mhm.
Jerry and Tracy, please make sure that they are invited in there.
Okay.
You can communicate with me in there by going in that group and hitting the @ sign and typing in John Costino. You can ask me questions. I will see them. I can answer them. And I will post in there if we're going to do a training on Tuesday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I don't want to take up anybody's holiday time, but at the same token, I'll put it out there to see if anybody is interested. But the bottom line is I will be actively working through the TranzactCard Team Builders 3x3x3 Facebook group. We can communicate in real time. The reason I created that group is wherever you are in the world, you can type a question in, and as long as you hit, if you guys have never done it before, you hit the @ sign and then you type my name and it highlights it in blue, and then you put your question in there. It sends me a notification on Facebook that somebody's asking me a question. It's the greatest thing in the world. So I will be here and I will be available. But again, please hold Miss Tracy in prayer tomorrow. And I wish each and every one of you a very blessed holiday with your family. Good night. God bless. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you,
God
John.
bless you.
Thank you.
Thank
God bless you all. We love you all.
Good
And I'm
night,
telling you-
family.
Good night.